lunchtime is many students' favorite part of the day. You get to socialize, get a break from your work, and you even get to have your phones out because it's a free zone. However, we have a lot of students in the lunchroom, so we need a lot of procedures in place in order to make sure everything goes smoothly. So if you happen to have first lunch, you get to go to the lunchroom as soon as you leave your second block class. Once you're dismissed, you'll proceed directly to the lunchroom. Of course, you'll still follow the 3 rights in the hallway. If you have any of the other lunches, then you'll go to your third block class, and then your third block class teacher will bring you to the lunchroom. Of course, you'll need to listen to all of your teacher's expectations, but the basic rules are the same. You're going to want to form a single file line on the right side, and you're going to keep that single file line orderly and quietly all the way up to the cafeteria. Another note on maintaining that single file quiet line all the way to the lunchroom, I noticed a lot of classes do pretty well up the hallway, and for some reason when they get around the stairs and the ramp here, they kind of start getting loud. You cannot start talking until you get into the cafeteria. So hold off just those extra few seconds because you can socialize all you want once you get in the cafeteria. There are a few different entry points to the cafeteria, and which doors you should use is kind of dependent upon where your table is and where your classroom is beforehand. So if you're coming through the outside route, as many 8th grade classes do, then you come through the outside route and then go to your table. Whereas if you're coming through the building this way, if your table is on this side, what I call the school side of the cafeteria, you'd use this door. And if your table is on the gym side, the far side, then you go through the door down there. Students who need to get school lunch need to go to the line on their side of the cafeteria as soon as they enter the lunchroom. You shouldn't sit down and wait for the line to go down or wait for your friend's class to come in. You need to go to the line immediately. What side you're on is based upon what side your table is on. So if your table is on the gym side, you go to this line. If your table is on the other side, you would go to that line. You'll stay in that line, don't jump lines, unless you were instructed to by a staff member. Sometimes we'll move you just to kind of even out the numbers in the lines. While you're in the line, it is very important that you are paying attention, trying to keep your spot in line, don't jump in front of anyone, and you keep your hands to yourself. And it's really, really important that when you are in the serving area back there, that you are very, very respectful to our food service workers, and you are keeping that volume down and definitely keeping your hands to yourself back there. Once you've received your lunch and everything else you could possibly need through the lunch line, utensils, napkins, condiments, whatever, then you will go directly to your assigned table and assigned seat. Students who brought their own lunch from home, as soon as they enter, you'll go directly to your assigned table and assigned seat. Once you're at your assigned table and assigned seat, you should be staying at your assigned table and assigned seat for the entire lunch period. I'll say that again. You should be at your assigned table in your assigned seat for the entire lunch period, unless you need to get up to use the restroom. We encourage students to use the restroom during lunchtime. That way you're not missing valuable instructional time. If you need to use the restroom during lunchtime, you will use these doors behind me and go to the restrooms by the gym. Be sure to follow the instructions of any of the staff members on duty because they're monitoring how many are in the restrooms and just making sure everybody's staying safe. So sometimes if there's too many, they may line you up right outside the restroom to wait your turn, or if there's way too many, they may have you sit down at this table just to limit the number of people in the hallways. Final note about restrooms is, once tables start dismissing at the end, you should not be getting up to use the restroom because that's gonna make you possibly late back to class, and we don't wanna be late back to class. So make sure you use the restroom early in the lunch period and don't wait till the very end. When it is time for dismissal, you'll want to make sure that all of your trash in your area is cleaned up. A staff member will go from table to table and let that table know that it's time for them to get up. Again, recheck your area for trash. We definitely do not want to leave any food items or any other trash behind in the cafeteria. Check to make sure you have your cell phone or any other belongings as well. Your table will then get up, and every table comes toward the middle here and walks that way to throw your trash in the trash cans over in that corner. You'll then walk as a class in a single file line around the table by the windows and stop at the exit door and wait for your teacher. Which exit door you use depends upon your teacher and what class you're going back to. So make sure you check with your teacher to know where you're supposed to meet him or her. Sometimes you may have to wait for your teacher on this ramp or outside by the stairs. Either way, you're going to want to make sure you're in a single file, quiet line while you wait for your teacher. Once you have your teacher and you're going back to class, again, you'll want to keep that single file, orderly and quiet line all the way back to the classroom. Because remember, other classes are still in the middle of their class time.